welcome back to World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King Classic Blind. Out here in Azurwatch again, doing quests all around the place. Looking for these bandits that presumably exist somewhere. And all the other quests in the area. See what we can get up to in that regard. First up though, we need to sell some things. Because the inventory is getting a little bit full here. We're going to sell all the gray items to start. This little symbol here, which I think is from one of the add-ons, very convenient in that regard. Just shows you where everything is here. We can also probably sell some other stuff here too. Let's look at what these look like. Here's some slippers. Here's some pants. Amazing. Regular old fishing rod. Classic stuff. We've got a much nicer one. Mail tunic. Nice chunky sword there. Not bad. This bow here, which is actually bound and equipped, so we can actually get that disenchanted. Here's the crossbow of destruction. Not too shabby. And some wrists. And the Seafarer's blade. Another reasonable sized sword there. That's alright. Sell that. Sell that. Sell the spring water. Technically this looks like it has some auction value of fishing pole. I don't expect anybody's actually going to pay money for a fishing pole. Sell that. Here's some bread. Shiny bauble for fishing. It'll get better than that. Cheap stuff, cheap stuff. Cheap linen, apples. Definitely keeps a silver bar. That's very sellable. That's just food. It's disenchantable. Soulbound, soulbound. Cheap food, soulbound. Copper chain. Vest. That is probably not going to auction. It requires level 5 and 35 blacksmithing. Try to sell that silver leaf though. Doesn't matter, healing potions aren't worth too much. Anyways,
safe journey.
We will. How about that? Anyways, I'll start by checking out the areas down here where the blood elves might be, and then we will loop back up and around. See if we can't see anything out here. It's still not entirely clear how this whole quest works here. What? Usually when it's a quest where it's somebody walking around, they've got more of a trail kind of look they're doing. Doesn't seem to be the case for this one though. So it might just be rare spawns, which is a little bit awkward in the trying to do all the quests kind of business we're doing here. If we don't find them, it'll just be one for the list. There are other quests that we haven't completed, so it's not like it's gonna be ruining our 100% rated or anything like that. It also could be somewhat invisible. Wouldn't put it past them. They are tricksy ones, I assume. All over this area. In the village down here. Hopefully we'll know a blood elf when we see one. Here's a chest though. That's a win. Got some tough jerky. Lovely. Actually missed time. See blood elves here. It seems unlikely. It seems unlikely that we're going to be finding them. Also, we noticed in the episode, it looked like there was something from these guys. Faintly glowing crystal. Sound unique. Removed from the stomach of a Night Stalker runt. It looks familiar. So yeah, this wasn't even on the map of list of quests and stuff here. This is just a whole separate thing. How does this faintly glowing crystal look familiar here? Crystal found on the Night Stalker runt's body. Appears to be a piece of the Exodar. My goodness. This may help explain the unusual appearance and demeanor of some of the animals in this region. The crystal back to Azure Watch. The Exarch will surely want to know about this discovery. That's wild. They're just eating extra chunks of fallen. My goodness. As if there wasn't already enough problems here. Bristleton Village. See a distinct lack of night elves here. Or night elves and blood elves. No elves whatsoever. Let's just keep it at that. Cave down in here. Which we saw this cave earlier. Was anybody reason to go in there yet? Very possible that there's more to see. Blood elves? Anybody see any blood elves? It's not looking too promising. But they do have all these other spots they could be too. And that's also just assuming that they exist at all in any of the locations at any given time. So, whether or not that's even true is a whole other question. I think we will loop up past the Exodar and then get back to Azure Watch here. Turn in some more stuff, see how we're feeling. There's another spot for the bandits up here, right next to that. Cave there. PvP quest down in the Exodar itself. Very good. Overall, we got some stuff. Just a faintly glowing crystal. They got a lot of crystals around here. Some of them being highly problematic. And, oh, this is actually inside the Exodar. Okay. Because it says it's down. That makes some sense. And then donations quests are also here. There's another quest outside. Up here with the pack handler guy. Let's go there first. Niblet is level 60. Strong cat. Alright. Here's the Elix. Yeah.
The Legion will fall.
Coming of age.
Blessing upon your
Travelers adjusts his eye patch to look at you. This is the best we can offer the Hand of Argus. Here's the orders for you.
Remain vigilant.
Travelers sighs. Alright, we have a look at those orders.
Remember the lesson.
Elix are serious business. Is he crazy? Entrusting something like this to some no-name dwarf youngling? Just remember this, kid. He'll never make it as a Hand of Argus. You don't have the guts. I guess I'll have to humor him this time. Speak with Porkan at Kessel's Crossing on Blood Mist Isle. Just follow the road north from here. When it forks, just keep on going north.
Dionys Aka.
Trallius is not impressed with us, clearly. Yeah, let's get into... Yeah, sit down here. And here is this... Apparently they do have an auction house and a bank here, which is nice. Auction house... I understand the money will make more around. Our auction house in the seat of the Naru. Okay.
Do not lose faith.
And the bank is in the central hub.
May your days be
Interesting. Sea of the Naru and the central hub. I mean, the Sea of the Naru looks like the central hub, but I don't know. Let's see if we find any bankers / auctioneers here. It's definitely looks like a central hub kind of area. Sea of the Naru. PvP. Guys. Stable Master. You think the traders tier would have something? Here's a mailbox. And this is... It's got the coin sign there. This is a banker. 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 This is definitely a bank.
The Naru have not forgotten
And it's a,
us.
like a twice kind of bank. Here's our bank. Still an absolute mess. Love it. Love it.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
I guess if they have an auction house here, we could technically go do the turn in wool, silk, mage weave, and rune cloth quests.
Open your heart
Because we
to
could.
the light.
Not that we need to. There's some mage weave, some rune cloth. That's nether weave and frost weave cloth. Those aren't really the ones we need. We can go and do that. So that was the bank here. Noteworthy. Very cool. Should be an auction house here somewhere. Central. Yep, there's another money kind of symbol here. This is auctions. There you go. Yeah, haven't spent much time in the Exodar. Did not know about that. Pretty convenient. Pretty cool. Would not come here for very many other reasons. Just because getting out of this area requires a boat ride instead of just flying from Darnassus or anything. But overall, I'm here for it. Let's get some wool cloth. We need a bunch of it. 20 here. 20 for 5 gold. Yes. And can we get another 20 out of this? 3, 4, 5, 16. So no. Let's take this stack of 20. Almost a gold each for wool cloth. My goodness. Again, this is completely unnecessary. Doing it anyways. 26 stacks of 20. Beautiful stuff. 1, 2, 3. And Mage Weave, we already have 17, so we don't need quite as much for that. Mage Weave. Cloth. There's not quite as many available though. Before we get us to there, buy that. Then 20. And then one more 20. Let me stop. And then rune cloth is going to be after that. Where we already have 8. We need 20, 20, and like 12. 4, 15. 20, 20, and 15. That should about do it. I guess we could also put this stuff in there, but we don't need to. Inventory space is doing just fine. Do I open everything? Not really. Let's give me the cloth. Lovely. Lovely stuff. If anybody's gonna need a whole bunch of supplies, it'd be the Exodar here after all these crash landing that they've done. It's been a whole situation over here in the Exodar. Down here into this section. Be right over here for the cloth turn-ins. Got some nice reputation here. Exodar's once vast supply of textiles has dwindled dangerously low. Reputation with the Draenei here will increase. Were to assist us by donating cloth. Donation of wool. Currently gathering wool. Donation of 60 pieces of wool cloth will net you full recognition of our people for your generous actions. There you go.
Remember the lessons of the
Our
past.
thanks.
Be kind to those
Donation of silk. They're gathering silk. They want silk. Here's 60 silk.
well. May your days be long.
Mage weave.
And your
They're
hardships
gathering mage
few.
weave.
Remember
Yep.
the lessons of the past.
And rune
Be kind
cloth.
to those
Currently
less
gathering rune cloth. Not much extra flavor text for here, but that's alright.
May your
Here's a
days
rune
be
cloth.
long and your
Our
hardships
thanks.
few.
If you continue to offer rune cloth, I'll make certain that word of your good works reaches the leaders of the Exodar.
Safe journey.
Alright, look at all that reputation. Doing great. Doing great. We are very, very nearly exalted here. We have to figure out exactly what we need to do to get Nomrion reputation, but I think that's hugely important. Noteworthy, though. There we go. Well, that's complete. Does those even count as doing quests for the list of quests? I don't know. I don't know if any of these quests out here count. Since we're kind of in TBC, but it's also Kalimdor, so I don't know. I'm doing it anyways. I'm not here to ask questions. I'm here to do quests.
Good fortune.
I'm gonna do some warrior training with them out here. Hey there.
Good health.
Ah, so you finally come. I am Matt, and I will instruct you in the ways of the warrior arts. Rana told me of your trial against the Ravager, and I'm impressed, and I have a gift for you. Do we have a trial against a Ravager? I think they just said to go to the next person. Either way, if we had a trial, we hit it one time and won, so it wasn't much of a trial, was it? We have scavenged from the wreckage of the Exodar's Little, must be given to those most able. Please take a weapon suited to your fighting style, and carry it with the knowledge you have earned it. Speaking of fighting styles, it's time you learn something new. You get a two-handed mace, two-handed sword, one-handed dagger, or one-handed sword. We'll take... I'm feeling the great sword. We don't really use the great swords, because we have the other things that we got. I'm here for a great sword. And we're gonna learn something new, huh?
Remain vigilant.
We've learned
The
nothing.
legion's end draws.
Warrior training. Still just these mortal strikes.
Good health. long
Mercenary
life.
greatsword. Yep, another nice big sword. Nothing super crazy and fantastical like our much higher level weapons, but as far as a big sword is concerned, can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with big sword. And here we have the bandits, but up above. I mean, it's not saying it's above, so maybe the loves spawn down here. Seems highly unlikely. We have all these PvP quests. Not doing those. Let's get out of the trade terrace here. All these bits just poking through the floor, being a giant mess. The Exodar. Always in a whole situation here. Things could be worse, though. Things could be worse. I don't know if I even have any more places to turn in this cloth. Do we have, like... I think we did have... Over in... Here, yeah, we need to turn in some to... That would give us some number one reputation. Turn into the gnomes over there in Ironforge. So we'll keep these for now. I think that would be the last one. Since we did the turn-ins here at the Exodar, we did the Ironforge turn-ins in Ironforge. We also did Darnassus and Stormwind, so that should pretty much get that under control. Okay. Serious business quest complete. Occur on Blood Mist Isle. Okay. So before we keep heading north here, we'll return to Azure Watch. Talk about this crystal we found. And we'll loop around to all these bandit spots. Make our way up towards Still Pine Hold. Unless other things happen. And then we'll also do this. This has +1 agility. Oh boy. Always nice when you get things that actually have bonus stats on them. It's a good start. It's a good start. Okay. But yeah, the animals are eating the Exodar. Thoughts on the matter?
Remember the
You found what?
past.
Where?
May your days
How
be
did such a
long.
thing end up in the stomach of a Night Stalker? Could the debris from the crash have contaminated more beasts? Yeah, probably.
Dionysaka.
Night Stalker cleanup, aisle 2. I'm not gonna make any excuses for what you found. It's clearly our fault. We got reports of crushed crystal fragments showing up in the river to the east. We chose to ignore the implications. And we can either sit around on this island and cry about the tragedy that befall on this land, or we can do something about it and prevent it from spreading. If you got the stomach for it, you need to go back in the wilds and kill as many of the infected Night Stalkers as you can find. Kill 8 more.
Do not lose faith.
Alright. My goodness. Fallen. Very good. On aisle 2. Brilliant. River to the east. I mean, I guess it was in there. We found the Night Stalker over this way. There must be other larger clumps of them. Other directions. This is more these timber guys. There's one. We only need to slay them. We don't need to loot them or worry about it. Which is kind of counterintuitive because of the whole trying to get the stuff out of the ecosystem idea. If we just leave the crystals in the carcasses here, that kind of doesn't actually work and solve the problem. Like, well, that's okay. Maybe we're just assuming nothing will eat the infected Night Stalkers. It's a work in theory. In theory. There we go. Turn this in. Timber Striders don't seem to be infected, as far as we can tell. Other animals seem to be doing okay. Which is probably fine, all things considered. Probably. Maybe not. You never know. Anyways. Turn this in at least. See if we have any follow-ups here. Could happen. Stuck on a big rock. Classic. Azure Watch. Alright.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
I just hope it's not too late. I'll take some boots.
Blessings upon your family.
There you go. Problem solved. Or as close to solved as it's gonna get. Look around further north now. So, yeah, as much as it looks like there's a bunch of quests up here, it is another 10 bandit locations, and then it's still Pinehold, basically. There's the totem that we had earlier. This is where we fell to our death. That was a fun time. Night elves? Seen any? Or blood elves? Seen no elves in general. Look around here. Elves up? Up or down? What's going on? I don't like any elves right here. Another infected Night Stalker, though. I doubt those are related. Doesn't seem likely. We could check over there for the bandits. I'm not feeling like this is a likely thing to happen at this stage. Bandits. Nope. My goodness. My goodness. Yeah. Without all these markers, it would just be a random chance run-in with some bandits along the road somewhere. Or even And it's mostly around the road. But also in completely other places too. Yeah. Knowing that it exists here. It's definitely a little bit of information we wouldn't normally have. Work with what we got here. Not that this information is helping us to do the thing at all, currently. Bandits in with the boss Murloc guy there. No, not really. All these Murlocs over here. There can really just be Blood Elf bandits hanging out with the Murlocs, really? Wild. What will they think of next? What will they think of next? I feel like a band would probably be fairly obvious, as long as they're not actually invisible. So, there we go. There's still these ones up here, technically. Due to Blood Mist, doesn't look like it. They're all definitely probably somewhere around here, if they exist, which is a good question. Still Pine Hold. Yeah, there. I am Mordu. Elder Hunter of Still Pine. Beasts of the Apocalypse. My brother and I were hunting in the woods to the east, were ambushed by strange insect-like beasts. Such aberrations have never before been seen in Azure Mist. Will it be a sign of the coming apocalypse? The apocalypse that you are destined to prevent? If you truly are the promised one, you will strike the creatures of the apocalypse down, remove their hides. From their hides they can fashion armor of great power. Fight them to the east, beyond the road. 8 Ravager hides. Check the spots. Okay. If they exist, we'll find them. Feeling unlikely. Murlocs, why here? Why now? These are dark days, promised one. Even the Murlocs are kicking our tails, literally. Unfortunately, more than just my ego has been bruised. While our relationship with the Siltfin Murlocs has always been tenuous, never could we have imagined they would have the gall to attack us and steal from our food stores, drove us to the silting shore, and recover our stolen foodstuffs. You see a dark-skinned Murloc with a patch of white fur stuck in between his webbed toes. Recover the sacks. I mean, technically you didn't ask us to actually do that. So, I'm not actually going to worry about it. Oh. I'll be right back. We got bandit activity. Hold that thought. Leader of the Stillpine guys there. Bandits. And they are slightly visible. Would you look at that? Yeah, they were. Pretty hard to see. Solar Moon, first on Skydar. Yeah, here. Blood Elf Communication. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I was slightly worried that they might be kind of invisible. Turns out my worries were completely founded. This appears to be a bounty ledger. You cannot understand the Blood Elf language. We know that there is a picture depicting a dead Draenei, smiling Blood Elf standing over the corpse. A symbol of what you think is some sort of Blood Elf currency. If you put a hit out on Draenei, you must inform the Exarch. My goodness. Hey, Spawn again. So make a fitting tribute to the king. Alright. Oh, there you go. This is the purple Ravagers from that quest. Where are these? We need Ravager Hide. Pick them up. It's a claw bit. Carapace and Hide here. Plenty of Ravagers. So this is apparently what we were supposed to fight for the warrior training. I don't think we did that. That's alright. Yeah, If we can make some hide out of these crazy things, make some armor out of these crazy things, we do pretty good. My goodness. A little bit uncommon. I mean, we say that, but a lot of times we've gotten incredibly lucky on things, so. Barf, of course. There's a hide. Let's head out towards here. This will come from here. Speeding forward. Grab your hind. Then I had a lumberjack axe. My goodness. They're just all over this crash site here. It's a bit of a mess. Bit of a mess. And these crystals here too. Well, I had a little green there. Strength and stamina legs. Not bad at all. Love to see. I guess I'll just back down here again. Okay. Maybe finish up with the furbolgs here first. Let's see what else we can do for that. Also need to head over to the Warlocks there. Still on hold. They're all friendly with us now, since we are the chosen one and all that. For centuries, we lived in relative peace with the creatures of the land. Several months ago, Curvis began to see dark omens. The peace that we enjoyed for so long was to be lost. The extent of the catastrophe could not be known. So it would be that the gods would shatter our land, turning both friend and foe against us. There was something else. Amidst the chaos, a hero would rise, a hero not of still pine blood. The promised one would deliver us from devastation. That promised hero was you. I try my best. We need to deal with the other bits here, and then we will be able to possibly continue being the hero. Beast of the Apocalypse. They're Arlo creatures. Even the blind watcher could see them, and he's blind. Ravager hides. Not only is the prophecy true, his armor is also amazing. Surely his armor fit for a champion. I'll sell it to you at discount prices for this one. I jest, the first piece is complimentary. Let's take the Ravager Chitin Tunic. It's got strength. Love to see it. And then he doesn't actually sell more of it. Maybe if we continue working here. We're only getting Exodar reputation. And we're already kind of the promised champion situation here, so. I don't think there is a reputation with these guys. We're gonna use a reputation. Let's find the food here. And possibly deal with the big guy. We can tell he's the big guy by how large he is. There's a regular hunter there. Food down this way. Let's grab any greens we can. Here's one. Grab this one out of the water. Good. Kind of just ignore actual guys here. That's okay. They're little hut systems here. Can I reach that from up here? Apparently. Realistic reach would be somewhat awkward. Right, there's the big guy. Eh. Never saw this coming. Gurf's dignity. Small patch of white fur belonging to Gurf and Silpine. Get out of here. Don't bother me. We covered the piece of fur that Gurf had lost when he struggled with the Murlocs. We referred to Gurf and let him know that the fearsome Murgur girl Golo has been slain. Yep, totally. Totally what would happen there. There's some more stuff here, so yeah. If we keep doing more quests for him, we get more quests from him. The map originally does not show quests we don't have the requirements to start. That's okay. Would be a little messy. I think this, with the number of quests that exist, is probably the best way to show it. At least how we're doing here. Kicked me behind and spit on me in broad daylight. My goodness. Well, here's your grain back. Delicious grain. Our cat will be delighted. And here is your fur back. Is that what I think it is? Indeed. He spits on the clump of fur and tries to affix it to the hairless patch on his backside. This will have to do for now. With one of the shaman in order to repair the damage. Grab some stuff here. We'll take heavy chain leggings. Not that most of it really matters. Alright, let's head over this way. Stillpine the Younger and High Chief Stillpine. Good tidings were, I am Stillpine the Younger, heir to the throne of Stillpine. My goodness. Chieftain Omuru. I'm Stillpine the Younger, heir to the Stillpine legacy. You can see my defenders set up a death trap for the raving wildkin and attack from inside Stillpine Hold. While we were able to hold them off out here, none of my defenders have been able to infiltrate the hold. If we get inside and slay their leader, it might give us an opportunity to strike. Find Chieftain Omuru and destroy him. So any crazed wildkin that you encounter inside as well. Can do. And the High Chief is you who will defend my people and usher in a new era of prosperity for Stillpine. We search the hold. As High Chief, my immediate concern is the root of the corruption in Stillpine Hold. Why did the Wildkin, once our allies, attack us? And have they taken residence in Stillpine Hold? Perhaps something inside will hold the answer. Search Stillpine Hold for clues as to the source of corruption. I'll take a wild guess and say it's going to be a crystal. Let's get in here. Do what we can. Defenders are dead. Stillpine Hold. Defeat the crazed wildkin. Find information. Oh. Probably gonna need to go deeper in. Crazed wildkin. A lot of them dead here. Loot. I got an egg. This goes further in that way. There's the chief. Hey. You didn't have any spooky stuff. Go further in here. That's enough wildkin defeated. And more copper in here. This is where we're going? This is where we need to search? It's not this copper. The Kirkin. That is mysterious. Probably fine. Yep. Giant crystal. Blood crystal even. I'll do it. Blood crystal raises a sickly aura that seeps into the water of the cave. Blood crystal. Hate to see it. On the surface, the crystal appears to be a piece of the Exodar. Something has gone terribly wrong with the crystal, however. It is blood red and rapidly dissolving into the water supply of the cave. This may explain the unusually aggressive behaviors of the creatures in Azure Mist. Trying to hide Chief Stillpine with this information. Well, that's not what you want. Stay away from the crystal. Die now. No. No, I don't think so. I'm sure we're gonna have to come fight the Kirk in a bit. We'll worry about that in a moment. Grace Momkin. You did. Drinking all that crazy blood water. Not what you need. Not what you need. Not making things better. Down here. wild. Wild situation. These all their defenders. A lot of them are dead. So are a lot of the pumpkins. They're holding them off at least slightly here. Turn in some stuff, pick up some more stuff. This may very well be the opportunity that we needed. I will send an attack at once. Silfheim, thank you for your service. Eric Erickson. Belt. And from Chief. Silfheim Raiders, the time to strike is at hand. Charge! Oh, they're going for it. Oh, they got a lot of guys in reserve here. Yeah, that's 10 more guys. They actually gonna go in? Let them go. We did soften them up a bit, so hopefully this goes well for you. Let's see how far they actually go in. I'm kind of expecting them to disappear pretty quickly.
For Argus!
Yeah. They're definitely going. Where is their goal? What is the plan? Just charge in. Hope for the best. They're level 9. That's appropriate. We're in here. They're crossing the log. Just a train of guys going this way. They're not even aggroing the WotLK in there either. Man, they're really going in here. Oh. Nope, they're fighting that one. At least some of them are. They made it to here. They're kind of just chilling. They're fighting these ones. That's not kind of milling about back over that way. Now they're disappearing. More than you can typically expect. There you go. They definitely came in here and fought some stuff. Very good. Very good. We'll go this way. There's a little bit of fall damage. That's alright. Huh. Was that a successful charge? Hard to say. They kind of just disappeared, so. Lore-wise, I think we can say they're still in here. Mopping them up, maybe. We will see. We will see. At any rate, more quests to turn in and pick up. Should be good. Chief. It's blood crystals. These blood crystals that you saw, the sets have seen many more to the north. Thank you for your aid. I ask that you leave me to confer with the elders. Call for you once I have spoken with the other elders of the village. Okay. There's the Revelator. How's it going? The Kurgan is lurking. Indeed. After the crystal storm had subsided, a beast of myth appeared in our village. Brought here by the invading WotLK, this beast, the Kurgan, laid waste to our village. Many Silfheim were slain in defense of our lands, this fiend. Many have since lost their lives, trying to subdue the beast. In visions, I've seen one defeat the Kurgan. The one must be you, Eric Erickson. You are our only hope. Enter Stillvine Hold and slay the Kurgan. Bring me his head as proof of the deed. Okay, we can do that. Head, hide. Just go and grab the whole thing if you want. It's not really a huge deal for us. Could have grabbed that before we came in here. Found the guys. That would have been fine. Max efficiency, this is not. Even somewhat efficient, questionable. We get there. We get there. Let's go slay this great beast here. We did it! Yes, definitely needed Recklessness and Death Wish for that. Obviously. Obviously. Kraken's hide. There you go. Brilliant stuff. So it ravaged the village and then came in here, then heads all the way to the blood-tainted pool back there. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not great. I imagine the Exodar crash was a pretty bad time for everyone involved. Up in the Exodar and everyone down here too. What a mess. What a mess. Look at the general goods guy here. This is Parcat. General goods. Got a large throwing knife. Potions for 20 gold. I believe that. It's totally real. Curse grunts at you. There you go. Promised One has emerged victorious. Prophecy is nearly complete. Now about that hide. Take the Kraken's hide to Mordu on the other side of the village. You'll fashion the hide into an item of your choice. Yeah. I like having the hide fashioned into an item of my choice. He is a very good leatherworker here. Turning all kinds of new stuff into cool stuff for us. Hello, hero. This is the strongest armor I've ever made. Make good use of it, Eric Erickson. We can get some shoes or a jerkin. I want to see the shoes. The strongest shoes you've ever seen. They have +1 stamina. Lovely. Lovely stuff. And back to the High Priest. Warn your people. The hold is saved, and soon my people will make their way back to the ancestral home. Prophecy has come to pass, and a new age of prosperity begins for the Stillpine. But fear that darkness looms ahead for your own people. Your questions left unanswered, visions of prophecy unseen. Turn to your leaders and tell them of what you have seen here. And promise One, should you ever require the aid of the Stillpine, you have merely to ask. Very good. So, try to get rid of that giant blood crystal. I'd recommend not having that in your water supply. That's okay. I think that is pretty much all that then. So this quest over here. That wouldn't have been Fight the Ravager quest. That's level 2. I think we didn't get that one because we couldn't complete the level 2 quest because we already had the skills or something. But then the level 10 warrior quest didn't technically require completing the previous one. Lots of stuff that feels like would be connected, but in the end isn't. We're just walking around. That's alright. We do what we can here. Possibly if we unlearned all of our talents, let us do the warrior training, and we could do that quest, and then possibly the next quest. Don't really want to do that though. I think that's more talents and not actual abilities. I don't think that would work either way. Anyways, bandits. Yes, I'm very busy, Harrison. Yeah, blood elves.
Do not lose faith.
By the beardless geometric head of Oros. It's good you brought this to me, Eric Erickson. These blood elves are out for, well, blood. Melon will be informed at once. Take this as a reward. Gloves.
Blessings upon
And information here. Visions, you say? Interesting. And this prophecy has come to pass? You say that they saw the power core of the Exodar, and Oros was also in the vision? What can it mean?
May your days be long.
Not sure.
Your hardships remain vigilant.
Probably going to continue to be more information about this vision and what is all happening up in Blood Mist Isle. I don't know if this part technically also counts as Blood Mist. It's not as bloody as the rest of it. We'll be heading to Castle's Crossing and up into the blood. Should be a time. I guess we can head over there now. Just to be over there. Get ready for the blood. Be prepared. And look at all the new stuff we got while we head over there. Some little boots, gloves, fingerless gloves, great. Here's our fancy tunic. The beard really does get in the way a little bit. Chain pants. The other kind of chain pants. It's also great. Here's a belt. And here are the sandals made from the hide of that giant beast. Definitely should have plenty of extra hide left to make more things. But they can have it. That's fine. Can't really go around here. Go around this way. Emberblade. So I don't think we ever really went down to that cave. I really went over. I guess Emberblade is where the apocalypse around here. Overall, I think we did pretty good. There's all these crystals fallen. It's a bit of a mess. Now the elves go on from here. They're fairly invisible and possibly somewhere. That really does not narrow it down whatsoever, does it? My goodness. Okay. Let's get over to the bridge there. I guess technically we don't need to go on the bridge. Walk across the water. But when you got such a nice bridge, might as well. It looks very old and ruiny. Possibly more into old Night Elf stuff here. These archways and such. Fair Bridge Strand. Lots of ruins out here too. Azure Mist over to Blood Mist Isle. Not to the bloody part yet, but my goodness. It is going to be an entire situation. As you can see, the colors changing. The madness really starting here. Somewhat of a second area. Finish off everything out here. Look how much nicer it looks without all the markers here. Especially all the bandit ones. This one's still here though, which is another slight blemish on the map here. That's alright. We know what we're doing. Kinda. We try. Into the blood. Next time. Goodbye.